This is 23007333GZ. Hagen versus Van Buren Police Department and J&T Towing. May I have your appearances, please?
Good morning. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, someone. Good morning, Your Honor. Dima Hassan. I'm the petitioner.
Good morning, Your Honor. Thomas Stidham. I'm appearing on behalf of J&T.
Good morning, Your Honor. Officer Villa, Washington Department.
Thank you. Today is an end time set for hearing on the petition for hearing on the abandoned vehicle or vessel. Ma'am, please proceed with your petition.
Your Honor, so our trailer for our boat was towed off of Denton Road, where they apparently found it in the middle of the road. And I did see the photos. It apparently did end up somehow in the middle of the road, but the trailer was physically moved off of the property that we were renting, and it wasn't moved there by us. So we originally had a lease on that property that we were renting. And our lease would have naturally expired in this October, but our landlord had informed us that we could be released from our lease early because we had built a house, as so long as he got somebody to fill the property before October. For any time that the property wasn't filled by October, we would have to cover the rent. So we were told that we didn't owe September rent, but we were going to owe the August rent. So we reasonably believed the tenant was not moving in until September. So we left our trailer on the property, and we were going to come back and get it at the end of August when our lease ended, because we had paid for August rent. But our landlord had lied to us, and it turns out the new tenant was moving in August, and they were just pocketing our rent money. So the new tenant physically removed our trailer from the property, breaking part of it along the way, and put it in the street. So there was never any abandonment. We never abandoned our trailer. We left it there on a property that we were paying to lease. And it was moved off of the property. We never moved it off the property. And we only received note. We only knew about that when on August 14th, when we got the notice of abandonment. And it turns out they removed it in August.
When did you move from the property?
We left in July, but we had gone back to the property as early as like August 1st and around that time, or as late as like August 1st. But we were just keeping our trailer because we had nowhere else to keep it, and we were still paying on the property. And according to them, the new tenant wasn't going to be moving in until September, and we were still paying it. So I've actually filed in 15th district for the rent as well because of it.
Okay. The petition lists J&T and the township as having done something. Well, implicit in the petition is that J&T or the township did something improper. Your argument as to that portion of your petition?
I'm not saying the thing. I mean, as far as they were aware, it was a reasonable tow, but there was no question as it. Honestly, it's very easy to have someone towed. It's so easy to just go say this person's not supposed to be there. It was the fact that they moved it onto the road, and there was never any abandonment. That's the thing. It's a notice of abandonment. There was no abandonment, Your Honor. I know they moved it into the road because there was another thing that we left in the garage, and she put it on the trailer when she moved it out there.
She, the landlord?
No, the new tenant.
Okay.
And it was in the home, so they had to so we know it was them because they put it out on the trailer.
Anything else, ma'am?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Stidham.
Thank you, Your Honor. I did, on behalf of J&T and the police department, file some photographs of the trailer through my email. I don't know if the court has those, but as the court can plainly see, the photographs of the trailer taken by J&T.
Mr. Stidham, I'm sorry, sir. When did you file
We submitted
pictures?
them through my file.
When?
I believe it was around shortly after 2:00 p.m.
Yesterday?
Yes.
Oh, no. Okay. My file, it takes about 2 or 3 days for it to get to the file, but I'm looking for the pictures right now while you're talking.
Okay. But I just want to highlight for the court that one of the things was, one of the photographs is a picture of the actual condition the police department found it in when they arrived, and you can hear that the trailer is in the roadway obstructing traffic. Danger. And secondly, one of the other items that I submitted, Your Honor, the Van Buren Police Department's incident tow detail impound clip, which highlights that it was hazardous blocking the road, are the notes by the officer. And it reason for the impound given Van Buren Police is that the traffic was hazardous, or it was causing this traffic hazardous abandoned vehicle. And that was the reason for the impound. There's what I just heard the petitioner say was that she still was in possession technically of the property through October, and irrespective of who did what with the trailer, it was placed in the roadway hazard, requiring it to the necessity of it to be towed. And I just heard them say there's nothing reasonable or unreasonable about the fees, because that is also checked on the petition. And I did file a copy of the invoice, which shows that the amount of the towing, the flatbed that was used, the Secretary of State A-band fee, a fuel surcharge, and the rest of it was storage. So the petitioner did redeem it on August 15th. So I don't see that there's by the petitioner that the vehicle was either improperly removed or deemed abandoned by the police department. The fees were reasonable by J&T. So for those reasons, we were asking that deny the claim.
Anything else, Mr. Stidham?
No, Your Honor.
Any response, ma'am?
Yes, Your Honor. I think you may have heard me incorrectly. I was saying my lease would have naturally expired in October. I didn't have possession until October, especially after they told me that the new tenant would be moving in September, which they ultimately lied about. So no, I didn't have possession until October, and I certainly didn't have possession when it was I thought I had possession at the time that my trailer was moved off the property, but obviously I didn't, but I reasonably believed I did.
Anything else, ma'am?
No, thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. The court has had the opportunity to view the pictures forwarded by Mr. Stidham on behalf of the defendants yesterday and heard argument regarding the petition in this matter, and will deny the petition in its entirety on the finding that the vehicle was properly deemed abandoned or removed according to law, in as much as the trailer was blocking the flow of traffic as evidenced by the picture submitted, and that there had been no argument that the towing or storage fees were unreasonable. Ma'am, it appears that your issue might be either with your prior landlord or the tenant that took over occupancy of the property and created this hazard, but it is not with the towing company or the township. Mr. Stidham, if you would be kind enough to e-file an order
I will.
that comports with the ruling of the court.
Yes.
Anything else on behalf of the petitioner?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Anything else on behalf of the respondents?
Not, Your Honor. May I put that the order, may the order state that the petition is denied for the reasons stated on the record?
Yes, sir, that'll be sufficient.
Thank you, Judge. Have a great day.
You too, ma'am. Good luck with your proceedings in Washtenaw County.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Have a good day.
Thank you.